What's up guys, Combat Critic here. In this video, I want to give my thoughts on why I think Israel Adesanya should fight Alex Pereira next and why it makes the most sense for the UFC for the middleweight division and for Izzy himself. So at UFC 287, Israel Adesanya just beat Alex Pereira via knockout, so it was a clear-cut KO win for Izzy. Before that, if we talk about in the UFC, so in the last fight, Alex Pereira KO'd Israel Adesanya and he became the middleweight champion of the UFC. So these guys are 1-1 in the UFC. And if we talk about overall record, so Alex Pereira has beaten Izzy thrice and he has lost to Izzy once. So he is 3-1. If you think that the first fight is a robbery, which it actually was, so they are still 2-2, and this puts them in a perfect spot for a fifth fight or a third fight, however you like to see it. I think these rivalries sell, and if Izzy fights Alex for the third time, it will be great for Dana White. It will be great for Israel Adesanya because he will make a lot of money. Dana White is a money person, and he will make a lot of money if they make this fight. But somehow they're not really interested in seeing Alex Pereira at middleweight in the future. They are talking about how Alex should move up to 205, and Israel has also talked how he thinks Alex should move up. But maybe if Alex is the number one contender and he moves up, then what other options do we have for Izzy? So we have Robert Whittaker. So Whittaker has lost twice to Izzy now. In the first fight, he got finished in the second round, and in the second fight, it was a clear-cut decision win for Israel Adesanya. And let's talk about the next guy, which is Marvin Vittori. Marvin Vittori also has lost to Izzy twice, both by clear-cut unanimous decision. So if these two guys fight Izzy for the third time, I don't think they have a chance against Izzy. You can make an argument for Robert Whittaker, but then again, I don't see him beating Israel Adesanya. And if we talk about the guy who is number 4, Jared Cannonier. So Cannonier just last year lost to Izzy. Again, a unanimous loss. I don't think he can do it. Paulo Costa. So this man is scheduled to fight Khamzat Chimaev at UFC 294. The UFC 294 is 6 months, at least 6 months from now. And if Chimaev or Costa wins that fight, they can fight Israel Adesanya. However, you have to keep that Israel Adesanya would like to fight much sooner and not wait another 10 months or so, because the fight is after 6 months. Then they'll take time to prepare for a championship fight, then another 4 5 months. So at least a year will pass, and I don't think Izzy will like to sit idle for a year. He will fight sooner. Then we have Dricus du Plessis. So this man, I don't think he has a lot of ranked wins in the top 5, in the top 10. He beat Derek Brunson, but I would like to see him fight maybe Jared Cannonier, and if he wins, then he can fight Izzy. However, I don't think he is ready right now to fight Izzy. So if we look at the rankings, it's really these two guys who I see fighting Izzy next, if not Alex. And I don't think either of these guys can beat Robert Whittaker, cannot, in my opinion, beat Israel. And Marvin Vittori is very limited in his skill sets. I don't think if he fights Izzy, Izzy will style on him and win just like the last two times. So Alex Pereira is the only man who can give him trouble, who has given him trouble a lot of times in the past in their kickboxing as well as UFC fights. So that is why I think this is the fight to make. This will sell a lot of pay-per-view, and the UFC Dana White are missing out on this opportunity if they're saying that Alex should move up. I think Dana knows this and Israel knows this, that Alex is a tough fight, so they are probably sending him to 205. Anyway, let's talk about a similar case. So at UFC 269, we had Juliana Pena, this fighter, and fighting Amanda Nunes, and a lot of people Actually, everybody was picking Nunes, but Pena pulled off the upset and choked out Amanda Nunes. So they had the rematch at UFC 277, where Juliana was the champion and Amanda was the challenger. In this fight, Amanda showed why she is the champion and she beat Juliana clear cut unanimous decision. She made Juliana look like an amateur. But still, if we talk about the upcoming pay per view UFC 289, it is scheduled to take place in Vancouver, and for this pay per view, again, these two fighters are fighting for the third time. So they are making a trilogy. They are giving Juliana Pena a third chance to fight Amanda Nunes. I think if they can do this for Juliana, they can also do this for Alex, and Alex will, he is a much bigger name and he will sell a lot of pay per view buys. This fight between Israel and Alex will sell a lot of. I think it will sell more than if they give Robert Whittaker or Marvin Vittori or any of these guys a chance, except maybe Chimaev. But then the Chimaev Costa fight is 6 months from now, and then he will probably take another 6 months to get ready for a championship fight. So I think Israel will not sit idle, and if he has to fight, let him fight Alex Pereira. This is what makes the most sense for Dana White, for the man himself, Israel Adesanya, for Alex Pereira, for the division. Let's do it and close out this rivalry. Third time's the charm. Let's see who wins. And you can say that these two are 1-1 in MMA. Ignore all the previous fights, ignore the kickboxing fights, we don't care. They are 1-1 in the UFC. Let's do a trilogy, close out this chapter like they did with a lot of people. They did it with Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. So first fight, Conor McGregor finished Dustin Poirier. Second fight, Dustin Poirier finished Conor McGregor. Third fight, they did a trilogy. They closed out that chapter. They did it with Max Holloway and Volkanovski. So why not do it with Alex Pereira? Let me see. Let me see who's the better striker, who wins the trilogy fight, and then we can move on. I don't think that somebody who beats you 3 times, then you come back and beat him once. That really doesn't close the deal. Let's do the third fight or the fifth fight, however you want to say it. Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts? Should Alex Pereira fight at middleweight? Should he fight Israel Adesanya for the third time in the UFC, or should he go up and fight at 205? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.